Yeah, always the exact same. Live on one place, going live on the other. I'm live. Hello, 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 everybody. You're all very welcome to Wednesday's live call inside the Facebook group Map Your Future ABA, the place where we go from A to B and then decide to go for a bigger and brighter A. Later today, this call will also be in my YouTube channel, Map Your Future 25. So do hit the subscribe button if you're watching us over there. Okay, so today I'm going to dive into a topic that's close to my own heart, how we can transform negative emotions like guilt, fear, and doubt into powerful forces for growth. So think about the last time that you felt stuck. Maybe guilt was weighing you down, fear perhaps was paralyzing you, or doubt just started whispering in your head, you're not good enough. These emotions can feel like overwhelming barriers or roadblocks. But what if they're not? What if they're simply signals, messages from your brain and body that, when understood and redirected, can propel you forward? Let's explore how we can rewire these emotions and turn them into fuel for growth. The problem with emotions are we often view them as major obstacles. Guilt makes us feel stuck, fear paralyzes us, and doubt holds us back from reaching our full potential. But here's the truth: emotions are not the enemy. They're part of our natural wiring. In fact, they're signals, messages from the brain and body telling us something important is happening beneath the surface. The real problem isn't the emotions themselves, it's how we react to them. When left unchecked, emotions can trap us in what's called an emotional feedback loop. Okay? So, an emotional feedback loop is a cycle where your thoughts generate an emotion, which then influences your behavior, reinforcing that same thought or emotion. So, it's kind of like a spiraling in the wrong direction. So, for example, let's say you feel guilty about not meeting expectations, okay? Which is a very, very common thing to feel. That guilt makes you feel anxious, which leads to more self criticism, which reinforces the guilt. And it's this vicious cycle. And it's horrible when it happens and when you get caught up in it. The good news, though, is you can break the cycle. Emotions, when processed properly, are energy we can harness for growth. The key, though, is to rewire how we respond to them, to actually figure out how to respond, because most of the time we're on automatic pilot. Okay? So, how do we rewire emotions? Now, there are going to be no shortages of ways to do this, and I would really encourage you to research this and put some time into it and find different techniques and methods that resonate with you. Okay, I'm going to share three powerful techniques to rewire emotions that I'm myself familiar with: havening, EFT, which is emotional freedom techniques, and visualization. But I would really encourage you to do your own research in these as well as other techniques to find the ones that really resonate with you the most. There is no such thing as one size fits all, but be willing to try different sizes on to work out which one fits you best. Okay? Okay, so havening is a therapeutic technique that uses touch to help shift the way our brain processes emotions. It works by stimulating the sensory pathways of the brain, which reduces the intensity of negative emotions. According to Dr. Ronald Rudin, havening can help break emotional patterns by stimulating delta waves in the brain, bringing about a calm and relaxed state. When you feel anxious or guilt rising, to do this, you simply rub your hands gently like this, or you rub your face gently like this, or you rub your arms gently like this. Now, this is the particular one I prefer most because it feels like you're giving yourself a hug. And it's important that you're willing to do things to help you feel better. Okay, so this simple act can rewire the emotional intensity. And it's as simple as what I'm doing here now, just rubbing down. But it can reduce the emotional intensity and shift your focus back to productive thinking. You can notice a shift in as little as a minute. Now, EFT is emotional freedom techniques or tapping. And this involves tapping on specific acupuncture points on the body while focusing on a negative emotion. Okay? Now, it works by balancing the body's natural energy system, reducing stress and the emotional charge. A study published in Energy Psychology showed that EFT can significantly lower cortisol, which, as everybody knows, is the stress hormone, and we could definitely do it reducing that a bit, and bring about emotional calm. So, if you're feeling fear, okay, tap on the karate point chop or the karate chop point of your hand, which is just right here, okay, and while saying, even though I feel afraid, I am willing to release this fear. This process reprograms your brain to shift from reactiveness to proactiveness. So, last but for no means least for today is visualization. Visualization is built on the science of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself through experience. When we visualize ourselves overcoming challenges, we activate neural networks, neural pathways associated with success and confidence. Studies by Dr. Alvaro Pascal Leon, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, at Harvard showed that imagery activates the same brain regions as real life experiences. In other words, your subconscious can't tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. That's very important. Now, to turn doubt into confidence, you visualize yourself succeeding in the face of challenges. Picture yourself calmly handling situations that would normally trigger self doubt. This rewires your brain, building confidence before the challenge even happens. Okay, so let's focus now on to turn these negative emotions into fuel for action. So you can turn guilt into action. You most certainly can. Guilt often comes from a feeling that we haven't done enough. But instead of shutting down, use it as a signal to take positive action. Ask yourself what one small, and I mean small, thing can I do right now to move forward? By focusing on a small, manageable step, guilt becomes a motivator rather than a paralyzer. And when you take a small, manageable step, usually you can take another small, manageable step. And this is literally how, step by step, we can change things for ourselves. Now, you can turn fear into power. Fear can stop us from taking risks, but it's also a powerful source of energy when we know how to use it. When you feel fear, shift your focus to the excitement of possibility, not the risk of losing. So ask yourself, what's this fear trying to protect me from? What's the potential reward on the other side of fear? This helps you to reframe fear as an opportunity to grow. Now, you can also turn doubt into confidence. Doubt comes from uncertainty about our abilities. To turn doubt into confidence, break down the challenge into smaller, manageable tasks. Each small win, and celebrating your wins is so important, builds momentum and reprograms your brain to trust in your own abilities. Visualization can also support us in transformation, as imaging success makes it more likely to happen. Your emotions are not barriers to growth. They're signals, cues, and even sources of energy that can fuel your journey. With tools like havening, EFT, and visualization, you can rewire negative emotions and break free from the emotional feedback loops that hold you back. By practicing these techniques, you can transform guilt into action, fear into power, and doubt into unwavering confidence. It's time to stop seeing emotions as the enemy and start using them as allies on the path to success. And I would encourage you, if any of these techniques resonate with you, look them up, type them into Google, type them into YouTube. There will be no shortage of techniques and ways of doing this. Okay? There will be zero shortage of ways of doing it. And that's it for today, folks, okay? Now, if you have any questions about today's content or any of the content in Map Your Future, you can simply comment below, or you can send a direct message via LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, or you can email me at abeal@anthonybeal.ie. And if you know somebody that could really do with this material, invite them to have a look. And just before I wrap up, guys, just to let you all know, Facebook has set up a new protocol where after 6 weeks they're going to delete live videos. So I would encourage you to watch these videos while they're available, because they won't be here forever. But knowing that, that's why I also set up my YouTube channel, because YouTube will not be deleting the videos. So feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, so you can look at these videos as often as you want. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless you all. I'll be back here next week where I'm going to talk about the science of belief and how to install unshakable confidence. Have a great week, everybody. God bless you all, and bye for now.